Hello my fellow donuts and welcome back to Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Let's continue. I love the music, it's so epic. If you don't remember it, you should go to the first part because damn, it's awesome. Okay, this is it, Maya's trial. We were finally able to make some headway in this case. Seems like they are trying to accuse her of that other incident too. We are dealing with one tough customer. The real culprit is the witch, and that much I'm certain of. But the question is who? I think I know the answer. You really? Oh. We suspected butler of that alchemist, right? Yeah, Jean Grey Earl. If they think I'm going to let them take Maya, they've got another thing coming. Like what? Just asking. So, it's got to be that, young butler? I know that what you're thinking. I couldn't quite believe it at first either, but the evidence and circumstances all point to the butler. He or she has to be the witch. Or, I mean, why do they think that men can't be witches? Should I make it more? Yeah, maybe something like that. Okay. At least, I'll be certain it will be certain if the magic gem turns out to be a fake. But if that's the case, then Belduke's murderer was also... Yeah, it would be Grey Earl. No, it can't be true. He wouldn't have done that. It's Bella. But who did then? I know Jean. He held Sir Belduke in the greatest of respect. Jean didn't kill him. I'm sure of it. Jean Grey Earl, are you really what people think you are? There are still so many unknown factors in this trial. Oh hey, betrayal. Wait. How do you call people who betray you? That's awkward. It's Luke. I'm sorry, Maya. What I did is unforgivable. Yeah, you're right. What are you saying, Luke? All you did was testify about what you saw. But I should have trusted you. Yeah, you should have. Well, you trust us now, right? Maya. Anyway, look, it was thanks to you that we discovered new information. Oh, really? I wouldn't agree about that. How about me? Thanks to me? Sure, you got Cracker to testify. That was a great idea. Oh, right. I wish I could talk to animals. Don't you too, Espella? Oh, yes. I'd love to have a chat with Eve. So, Luke, will you teach us how to do it? Pretty please? Yeah, of course. I can try. I thought it's not something you can teach. It's just like a gift. Yay! That's a promise, right? Mr. Wright. What is it, Luke? Do you mind if I join you from now on? I really do, but I guess game doesn't care about my feelings. Not at all, Luke. I realized during the trial that in this strange town, even what you see with your own eyes may not be real. Well, I thought that you were supposed to learn that through all the previous adventures you had with Professor Layton, because you also had some bizarre cases. That's why I'm not giving up yet. Professor, I know he'll return. We can't give up hope. You know, that's what I've been thinking too. Really? I have a feeling he'll reappear again if we get into trouble and help us out. Because, I mean, it's the professor we are talking about here. Like, you don't even know him well. It's been like a few days or something. Right. And I remember what he always says. Look forward to the future. Always look on the bright side. I don't think it was the professor who said that. Defender accused. The intermission's over. Return to the courtroom. Oh. Not good. But yeah, let's not waste more time. Oh guys, I'm sorry. Just give me a moment. Okay guys, I'm back. Let's go, it's time to bring this trial to a close. Oh, I have something for you, Mr. Wright. Here, please take it. Maybe it will come in handy in the trial. A letter, huh? Let's see who it's from. Wait, Newton Belduke? Wait, that's someone who died, right? There are several sheets of parchment inside, but they are all blank. The professor and I got this when we went to see the storyteller. Thank you, Luke. The more info we have, the better. You're welcome. That's interesting. Should be in an invisible ink or something. But he made it sound like Belduke wrote to us. I got no proof that it was Jean Grey Earl, but who turned the professor into gold. Even if the magic gem is a fake, it's still not decisive evidence. I don't know what will happen next, but I do know this battle's far from over. As usual, these games are fucking endless. Okay, bring it on. I'm back again. We will now resume the trial of Maya Fey. First things first, the occult crime and analysts have finished examining the evidence. They have tested the 2 magic gems from the witch's scepter. Okay, let's see what they found out. Goldor floated on the surface of the water, whereas Familia sank. It was said that genuine magic gems float in pure water, wasn't it? Okay. Thus it has been established that the Familia magic gem is a fake. It's good, right? Because I don't remember. Fuck. Sorry about that. This does not prove that Godor was used, of course. Nonetheless, the defense's theory does now seem more plausible. The court considers it worth looking into. You have no objection to that, do you, Inquisitor Barnum? No, he does not. No, my lord. I shut him up. It feels good. Now then, bring in the witness. Let's do it. Let's cross-examine stuff. People, I mean. Witness, state your name and profession. My name is Jean Grey Earl. I served the late Master Belduke. Since his death, I have been tending to his dwelling and putting his research materials in order. I mean, it's been months. Does it really take that long? I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's something a bit different about Grey Earl today. Is he holding his hand strangely? Or I don't know. What is it? Witness, there's something we need to clarify first of all. As you are no doubt aware, you have been accused of being a witch. Therefore, it is vital that you tell us. Are you a boy or a girl? Do you have any proof that men can't be witches? Please hold on. Why? What is it? Excuse my rudeness, my lord, but at this time, I do not intend to answer that question. We meet that person, you know. Okay. Why do you refuse to answer, witness? It's personal stuff. I had been following this trial from the gallery and so am fully aware of the utterly absurd accusations made against me. Alchemy, the art pursued by Master Belduke, is concerned with the rules and logic that govern nature. So? Your point? As someone who had been helping Master Belduke for quite some time, I dare say your theory is both illogical and impossible. Well, I'm not sure about that.
Objection!
The witch's scepter was thrown into the crime scene through a portal created by the magic spell Godor. That portal could only have been opened from your room. And what's more, one of the walls in your room is painted green. I believe anyone is free to paint their walls whichever color they please. Besides, your theory relies on one magic gem being a fake. While that may have been proven true, another question has arisen. Where could the genuine magic gem be? Who cares? It must have been swapped with a fake one and discarded somewhere. I'm afraid that's impossible. Why? If we assume, as you have claimed, that the witch used the spell Godor, that would mean the magic gem must have been swapped after creating the portal. So tell me, when and where would the witch have disposed of the magic gem? When what the fuck? Why is the witness asking me questions? What's going on? Like, where am I? I see your point. Several people paid witness to the incident, and the Knights of the Inquisition arrived at the scene immediately after. During that time, no one left the building and the whole place was meticulously searched. Naturally, my room was searched as well, although there was not much to see, and I have few personal belongings. Despite our inspection, nothing resembling a magic gem was found. I assure you, we have not overlooked anything. I would swear to it in my honor as a knight. Did you search the body of the suspect? So, Mr. Wright, if you wish to accuse me of being a witch, should you not first prove that there is a connection between me and this missing magic gem? Furthermore, I would appreciate it if you could please approach the matter in a rational way, like an alchemist. But I'm not an alchemist, and I'm not here to please your inquiries. The house was searched very soon after the crime. If the gem wasn't found, then it means Grey Earl hid it somewhere. I bet he's just hiding it right there in his armpit or something. Because he's holding something, I can see it. Somewhere the Knights of the Inquisition would not have looked. Where could it be? I can answer the question right now. No need to wait. The witness has made a valid argument. How will the defense respond? The Knights who searched the Sir Bolduc's premises weren't looking for a magic gem. That's why there is a certain place they didn't consider searching. Interesting, you really don't give up easily, do you? In that case, perhaps you could tell us all where the magic gem is. It's in his possession. His or her, I don't know. Sir Bolduc's premises were thoroughly searched. I don't think anything would have been missed there. You anticipated that, and that's why you hid it in a blind spot that you knew wouldn't occur to the Knights. A blind spot, you say? Well, where is it? It is somewhere on Jean Grey Earl's person. Well, what? It's on the witness? Bingo. Don't tell me the witness has it in their pocket. Well, the witness definitely holds something. You're just guessing, aren't you? You think you can just say anything you like. By the way, I'm afraid there are no pockets in my clothing. But you are holding something. This is the second time I've seen Grey Earl today. And both times I've had a feeling that something wasn't quite right. Maybe it's just me, but it could be related to the whereabouts of the magic gem. Defense, show us the location of the magic gem. Where do you think this witness hid the magic gem? Can I save? Oh fuck. I can't save. What about this?
Got it.
No, music doesn't stop, so it's probably no.
Objection.
I'm not right. Shut up. But you're holding it. Oh fuck. I should have saved the game. Oh my god, no. That sucks. Why can't I save the game? I can't. I think it's where I'm pointing at right now, but let's spend the coin because I don't have much. Yeah, it's right where I was pointing at. Okay.
Got it.
Witness. We met for the first time at Sir Bolduc's premises. There was something there, but it's missing now. At that time you had an amethyst attached to your collar. Oh, that's right. Mr. Grey Earl always wears that gemstone. Even Judge knows about that. Alchemists believe that amethysts emit positive energy. Amethysts are purple. But when I saw you in the waiting room this morning... Oh, the gemstone you were wearing was green, not purple. So my question now is, where has it gone? Where's that amethyst? Now he's not even wearing any gemstones. That you supposedly always wear.
Objection!
Wait just a minute. The witness wears a purple gemstone? Apparently, he does. Is something amiss, Inquisitor Barnum? When we arrived at the crime scene, the witness came out to meet us. I recall the witness wearing a gemstone, but that gemstone was green. Are there two people or something? Twins, green, amethysts aren't green. Although amateurs sometimes mistake preciolite for amethyst. That's irrelevant now. Whatever, he knows too much of stones. Witness. You've been trying to pin the blame on the defendant. In order to do that, you replaced the Godor magic gem with a regular gemstone. We thought the witch who killed Sir Balduke had used the spell Familia. You knew that if the witch's scepter with the Familia and Goldor magic gems attached was discovered at the crime scene, the suspect would be accused of committing both crimes, and that's precisely what happened. The girl captured at the crime scene was accused of... Thank you very much, Noah. She just dropped the bottle, the empty bottle of some drink. Accused of slaying both Sir Balduke and Sir Layton. That was your plan. You removed the Goldor magic stone from the scepter and inserted your amethyst in its place. Are they the same size? I thought that stones in the scepter are much larger. And then you attached the Goldor gem to your collar. That's why when we saw you shortly after the incident, you were wearing a green gemstone. To think that was in fact a magic stone. Gem. Not stone.
Order! Order!
Yeah.
Witness, is that true?
We basically got him, but every time I think we got someone in these games. It should be something like this. Sorry about that. It turns out like there's at least one more hour of us having debates about stuff. Let's see.
This amounts to nothing more than conjecture.
Oh,
I
really?
do not believe you have any solid proof. However, I have to concede that you have surmised a logical connection between me and the missing magic gem. Consequently, I am prepared to answer your questions.
Oh.
Good. I will repeat what I asked you previously. Witness, state your name, profession, and finally, your gender.
My name is Jean Grail.
Oh, it's
I have been serving
Jean,
the late Master Belgium.
not John. Excuse me, Jean.
As you can see, I wear a butler's outfit. But the truth is, as the defense claims, I am a girl.
Huh?
A girl? Unbelievable.
So all you need to do to make yourself a girl is grow some hair.
What? The
Apparently.
butler is a girl?
What if it's not a girl? What if it's... Nah. I mean, we do need it to be a girl because we think it's a witch. Are you declaring to this court that you are in fact female? Yes. But everyone in town was under the impression that you are a boy. Did you hear that? The butler is a girl. Doesn't that make him her a maid? Oh, I knew there was something suspicious about him. I mean her. You know why, right? Think about it. All that alchemy, that's mighty suspicious. Just listen to them. Listen to the wild gossip and accusations. Alchemists pursue knowledge of the rules that govern nature, but to the townspeople, alchemy is no different to magic. Had they known I was a girl, they would have taken me for a witch. That's what Master Belduc was worried about. He told me it would be safer to pretend to be a boy. Oh. Okay. Maybe he has had this... like... never mind. In other words, you disclose that you are a female and but deny that you are a witch. I would have thought that was obvious. She knew that once her gender came into question, she wouldn't have been able to conceal it. That's why she's made this public now. It was the most rational choice for her. Inquisitor Barnum, may I ask you one question? Has all the evidence in this Golden Gentleman case already been presented? Why do you ask? As it stands, you do have a single piece of evidence proving that I am a witch. Given the lack of pertinent evidence against me, I would like to be permitted to return to my duties. Oh, what? Don't even think about it. What you say, Inquisitor Barnum? It has been proven that the two gems were swapped. However, it may also have been possible for the accused to have done so.
Objection!
Maya had no reason to swap the gems. This is a place of judgment. There is no need for us to understand the reasons behind a criminal's actions. Yeah, but you know what motive is? Huh? After all, those whom we judge are otherworldly creatures. They are witches. It is impossible for a human being to understand the reasoning of a witch. Is there nothing we can do? At this rate, Maya will be. It won't happen. Calm down. It's a video game. Barnum still thinks Maya is a witch. We have made it this far, and yet it feels like we're back at the stage 1. It seems there is no more rational arguments against me. Now, if you will kindly excuse me. I don't have much on Grey Earl when it comes to the professor's case. But should I just let her go? Ask her about another case. There's nothing else I can follow up on regarding the professor's case. So what can I do? There's only one other option. Miss Grey Earl, I have to ask you to remain at the witness stand. And you know what? I'd like to save because I didn't have option to do that earlier. Yeah. Is there something else you wish to ask me? Your testimony is not over yet. There's still something you need to tell us about. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I cannot help you. I have told you all I could about this incident. And I'm afraid you have got the wrong idea, Miss Grey Earl. Your Honor, what this witness needs to testify about is not the professor's unfortunate incident, but rather the incident from 3 months ago, namely Sir Belduc's death. As she was present in the building at the time, working as the living butler, and she needs to testify about the events of that day. About Sir Belduc's death? The fact that one of the magic gems was swapped leads me to a single conclusion. Both crimes, the murder of Sir Belduke and the transmutation of the Professor something. The truth behind the alchemist's death may also hold the answer to this case. What is your opinion on this, Inquisitor Barnum? I'll allow you to have your way this time, Sir Blue Knight. The Inquisition has no objections. Why is he so soft all of a sudden? It's just strange. Did he have a change of heart? Inquisitor Zacharias Barnum, it seems you have lost that unyielding attitude so admired by the townspeople. Here you are now, letting a novice defender lead you by the nose. It is hard to believe you have been known as the unwavering sword of justice for your usually cool-headed judgment. You know little about me, witness. Do you think I care about defending my name? It is this town that I wish to defend. He didn't catch that bait, bitch. Sir Belduke's murder is the only case to have remained unsolved for so long. Jean, I think she said. Jean Grey Earl, you shall now testify about it. I like how Professor Layton is here again. He was outside of the courtroom when they had intermission. Did they just bring him in and out every time? Oh my god, that's hilarious. As demanded by both the defense and Inquisition, the witness will testify about Sir Belduke's death. Any questions? No questions. I must, however, mention one more thing before we begin. If it cannot be proven that Jean Grey Earl is a witch, as claimed by the defense, the court will irrevocably consider Maya Fey to be the witch responsible for both crimes. Is that understood? So it's just easy for you to close both cases, huh? That's how you do the judgment. You have no choice, Sir Blue Knight. If you don't want the trial to end right now, ready your sword and face the challenge that awaits. I'm ready as ever. But the opponent is a real witch. It's a gamble that puts Maya's life at stake.
Nick!
What? Aww.
No witch is gonna outwit you in court. You're an ace
I missed
attorney
her
after
so
all.
much.
So, let's do it!
Let's do it. The defense accepts the conditions. Let's proceed with the trial. Inquisitor Barnum, you may begin. He? We shall start with a brief summary of the incident. About 3 months ago, in the dead of night, Sir Belduke the alchemist was murdered. He was handsome. I cannot not point it in every time. Just saying. The crime took place in his study, just as with this incident, the room had been locked from the inside. The victim was found still seated in the chair at his desk, so we can assume he was attacked while working, or he might have been moved after death. There were very clear strangulation marks visible on his neck. Oh, there's something trickling down from his mouth. Is that blood? People don't usually bleed when they are strangled, right? Yes, most likely. The victim probably beat his tongue as he was struggling with his assailant. Huh. And you said earlier that some white powder was spilled all over the floor, correct? Yes. Hence we expected to find the killer's footprints, however there were none. Again, doesn't prove anything, doesn't say anything, because it could be spilled after the murder took place. The killer must have somehow approached the victim without stepping on the floor. You guys are fucking stupid. After murdering Sir Balduke, the killer left the room without opening the door. Undoubtedly, the crime must have been committed with the use of witchcraft. The body was discovered the following morning by the butler, Miss Grey Earl, of course. The body was found by Grey Earl, huh? Thank you, Inquisitor Barnum. The court illustrator's sketches will be added to the evidence. Okay. Now, witness, begin your testimony. Tell us about the events spanning the night of the crime, from the evening beforehand until you discovered the body. At around 1 o'clock at night, I excused myself and left Master Balduke in his study. When I called him for breakfast in the morning, he did not respond. The door to his study was locked. A neighbor had come for a visit just then, so we forced the door open together. All the potions and other concoctions from the study have been confiscated. I wonder if they are being properly stored. Potions and concoctions were confiscated. The victim was an alchemist after all, and we were hoping the items confiscated from his study could provide some clues. Besides, such things must not fall into the wrong hands. It may not be standard practice, but it had... The confiscated goods are stored in our secret vault. The only person with access to them is the High Inquisitor, Lady Darkglow. I already forgot about her. It has caused me great difficulty, as I have not been able to put Master's research materials in order. As a result, the confiscated items shall be returned as soon as Sir Balduke's murder is resolved. But you won't be there to, put them in order, because you will be dead. I shall be looking forward to that. I could almost see through her, she tries to, look calm, but when he said that, she knew that she won't be there to put them in order. Defense, you may begin the interrogation. Okay. Let's save. At around 1 o'clock at night, I excused myself and press.
Hold it!
So you last saw him alive at 1 a.m., is that correct? Yes. You look suspicious right now. 3 sketches. Are there any clocks there? Well, pictures were made later after all. Is that flowers he painted from Silent Hill, I mean? Blank letter. Okay. Master had a habit of conducting his experiments at night, so it was the usual time for me to finish my work. Weren't you helping him with those experiments? He would sometimes have some errands for me, but alchemists generally keep their experiments a secret. That's why I would always excuse myself at that time, unless Master had some other tasks for me. And that night, there was no more work for you? That's correct. I wished Master a good night as I shut the door behind me and then heard him lock the key. There was nothing unusual about him, at least nothing I noticed. When I called him for okay.
Hold it!
And what time was that? Master would always take his breakfast at 9 a.m. How is that happening when he works whole night? I don't get it. Well, maybe he goes to bed after breakfast or something. So it was around that time. So you did have the key to Sir Balduke's study, is that correct? Can you prove that though? Yes. There's only one key to that room and Master always kept it with him. Master's research was a very delicate matter, you see. We had to take strict measures to prevent outsiders from entering that room. Occasionally, delinquents would try to make off with one or other of Master's medicaments. Thieves stealing from an alchemist? I can't tell if that's incredibly brave or incredibly stupid. Probably the latter. Later. That's why the door to that room is made from thick oak wood. I wouldn't have been able to force the door open on my own. She couldn't have entered the room before that then. Besides portals. A neighborhood had come for a visit just then, so we forced the door open together.
Hold it!
Wait, you mean you broke the door? The only key to that room was in Sir Balduke's pocket. The only way to enter the study was to break the door open. And you managed that with the help of a neighbor who came to visit? Yes, it wasn't a social visit, mind. He came as a patient. Can you say who that was?
Objection!
Hey! The victim's neighbor is irrelevant. He has nothing to do with this case. Oh, really? What do you mean he has nothing to... He was there. So I'd like to hear if he could at least, like, say that he was there and they actually opened the door together. I think you're pushing it this time. A witness is hardly irrelevant. What's got him so shaken? He looks as if he just had a rush of blood to the head. He was the one! Master Balduke had been making very potent medicines, among other things. We would get people coming from the town at all hours of the day or night asking for them. And yet, in return for all the help Master offered, people would gossip about him dabbling in witchcraft. So you broke the door together with a neighbor? Yeah. Sorry about that. Yes, when I explained the situation to him, he brought over an axe. Then he proceeded to attack the door with a great force, smashing it into splinters. I see. By the way, about that neighbor. Who was the... I know who it was.
It's time for Emir's grand entrance.
Wait, what?
Did you miss me, guys?
Oh, no, we didn't. Shut up. Go away.
Order! Order! Could it be that it was you who...
Oh, I thought it was... No.
Where are you looking, old man? I'm right here. And as for who I am...
Oh no. Why did he bring others? No, we just didn't return to these 5. 5? 4? How many of them are there?
I'm the alchemist's neighbor and a witness in that case too.
No. Passion for justice seething within. Emir is always at the crime scene.
Objection!
Why are you there though? It's you. Again. You are the guy from earlier, right? Yep, that's me. Emir's the name. How you been, Bluey? Nah, not very good. Are you really the alchemist's neighbor? Seriously? I know, right? Freaky coincidence, eh? But yeah, his house is next to mine. Gulp, 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 gulp. A ridiculed earlier Emir returns, drinking like a king he never ever learns. That's funny. That's why I try to stop you from asking about the neighbor. Oh, you should have, like, he did something like, yeah. Huh? Why so cold, Inquisitor Barnum? Unable to hold his steady cold gaze, Emir drinks fast as safe in a daze. And the musician standing next to you. Ah, yes, that's me private bard, Birdley. Wright music genius? Musical genius. Hold on. Oh dearie me. Oh dearie me. Why are you always turning out to being crazy around crazy people? Well, no use shutting the stable door after the horse has bolted. Let us move on. Witness, since you are already here, you may as well add your testimony. Testify about what you witnessed on the morning after the crime. You can count on me. Yeah, can I not? It don't on me then, the witch cast familiar just like in this case. Wait, why am I just right into the questioning? They usually first say it and then I start questioning. Not that it really matters. Familiar though, what? Can you tell me what caused that sudden realization? Sure thing. When the Inquisitors came around, I went to have a little peek at the crime scene. That's when I heard them talking about it. I was surprised because they must have come to the same conclusion as me. Creaky, they can do their job. Them Inquisitors, I thought. It had to be familiar. So he was eavesdropping. If I happen to see that familiar users, I'll arrest them myself. You can't arrest people, just saying. Witness, you are testifying in court. Can you not restrain yourself a bit? What's up? Don't you see I gotta have this to keep my spirits up? It's the most potent medicine. Gulp, 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 gulp. This drink Emir leaves to savor with an intoxicating scent and flavor. Anyway, this is a waste of time. I should be looking for decisive contradictions. Witnesses, continue your testimonies. Wait, what? So it's just random. I think I'm supposed to present something here, am I right? No? Present! I knew it! Because, or else we'll just continue with the testimony of her, which makes no sense. Fuck. I knew it. Okay, what should I present? Doesn't matter? Or I have to choose between these? This, I guess, since he says familiar.
Objection!
I think you're wrong. There's something you don't seem to understand here, Mr. Emir. The familiar gem in this witch's scepter is a fake. The gem is useless. Yeah, that makes sense. Just like this buffoon's testimony. Huh? That face. Therefore, your testimony doesn't hold water. Just like anything else he says. Psh. What? Ignored and scorned without credibility, will majestic Emir now show humility? What? A fake? You should have listened to the trial more carefully. Yeah, it's like something we have been talking for a while from the beginning. Now that has been dealt with, Inquisitor Barnum, this witch's scepter was not discovered at the crime scene when Sir Belduke was murdered. Is that correct? Indeed. We deduce that Familia must have been used, however.
Objection!
But that Familia magic gem was a fake. That must have been demonstrated today. That much. I mean, what's more, as we have learned from Cracker, the parrot's testimony. The witch used the spell Godor. The fact that there is a green wall at the crime scene corroborates that. That wall may well not have been painted green 3 months ago. And besides, no one could have passed through a portal so small. To be honest, I have started wondering, were Sir Layton's and Sir Belduke's murders actually committed by the same witch?
Objection!
Your Honor, I'd like to remind you that was the Inquisitor's claim. He's right though. It's got to be the same culprit in both cases. And at the very least... Why though? How can you... I mean, it's been months between it. Why do you even connect these cases? Only because they happened in the same place? Meh. It's possible that the witch used the spell Godor to commit Sir Belduke's murder. What? In that case, I will ask the defense to show us proof. Let me save the game first. Do you have proof that the witch could have used Godor to kill Sir Belduke? I don't know. Hint?
Take that!
No? Oopsie doopsie. Fucked it up. You know what? Nope. I just saved, so I'm gonna close it and reload. Yeah, we know. What were the other options? I think it was green paint, which I thought is not what we need because it also was shown next to Judge's speech bowl. And yeah, like here, you see it. And I think it was highlighted here too. And maybe not. I think blank letter and this was...
Take that!
No? Fuck. Let's retry. What can it be? I'm gonna use the hint again because I don't remember what were the options. Ah, it sketches. Okay, I think this then.
Take that!
Well, there was only option between these and what? What was it? A case outline, which probably is not gonna be used in a whole case. I'd like you to take a look at this. Aren't those the court illustrator's sketches? I guess that's what we need. As you can see from this sketch, the victim was seated at his desk when he was murdered. And what can you see right behind the victim? A small landscape painting? Thank you, Inquisitor. But there's one more point of note. Look closely at the painting. Do you notice anything behind it? Oh, I see it. The wall behind it had already been painted green, which means the witch could have used the portal spell there 3 months ago.
Objection!
One moment, my lord. Consider how small that portal would have been. Could a witch have passed through it? I think not.
Objection!
Of course, the witch would not be able to go right through it. However, if you look at the distance between the portal and the victim, you'll notice that the victim, Sir Balduke, was sitting just an arm's length from where the portal would have been. Oh. The witch did not have to enter the room at all. All she had to do was reach through with her arms in order to strangle Sir Balduke, who was sitting right under the painting. Order, Inquisitor Barno, what say you to that? A fascinating theory, Sir Blue Knight. But there is a notable contradiction within it. Where would that be? Tell me, why do you think we concluded that Familia had to have been used? We had a certain reason for it, of course. And what was that reason, exactly? The crime scene had been tampered with. How so? Imagine the circumstances of Sir Balduke's death, and it should become obvious even to you. The victim was choked to death, and yet there was no sign of a struggle. Highly improbable, don't you think? What are you getting at? Think about it. Can you imagine anyone just sitting back and letting themselves be strangled? Clearly there should be evidence of a struggle. And since we haven't found any, that must mean the killer erased all traces of a fight from the crime scene. Indeed, that would be the logical conclusion. Now surely it would be impossible to do any such thing had the witch only reached outside through the portal in order to cover up the evidence she left behind. The witch had to have used a familiar. Without doing so, there would have been no point in her using the spell Goldor. Miss Grey Earl could have done it. She might have been able to tamper with the crime scene. What are you talking about? The morning of the crime. From the time Miss Grey Earl and that guy entered the study until the arrival of the Knights of the Inquisition, there was a window of time in which she had the opportunity to do so. We need to look into what happened in that window. How can we do that now? It seems we may be in need of another testimony. Witnesses testify about what happened in the time between the body being found and the Knights of the Inquisition arriving. Sure thing, ask me anything, I'll tell you all need to know. Oh, glorious Emir, tell us more, maybe you won't be laughed at as before. Nah, I don't think so. Only 2 people accessed the crime scene in that time, Grey Earl and Emir. Believe it or not, Emir is the key witness in this case. We are fucked up. I broke down the door and saw the alchemist slumped in his chair, gave me a jolt. The butler hurried to call the Knights of the Inquisition. He never entered the study. It's she. What did I do then? Yeah, I was asked to keep an eye on things, so I went in to have a bit of a look at everything. All that made me pretty drowsy, so I went and took a little nap on the couch. So you fucking slept there. She couldn't do anything during that time. Wait, what, Mr. Emir? You said the butler didn't enter the crime scene? Yeah, and later he said he was sleeping, so... The moment he saw Belduke, he told me to stand guard till the Knights of the Inquisition arrived, and then off he went. What a resourceful apprentice that alchemist has, I thought to myself. I must feel sorry for you, Sir Blue Knight. How so? After all, your suspect couldn't have tampered with the crime scene. Are you deaf? Didn't you hear he was fucking sleeping there? Like, this guy has the high position there, one of the highest positions. Please. Here I am with such great mind, barely having any money to feed myself and pay for rent. That can't be true. Defense, please proceed with the interrogation. Yes, Your Honor. I'll try to. Save. And I think I'm just gonna nap. Press.
Hold it!
Fucking napped there. You took a nap in a room where a man had been murdered with the body still in there? Why are you so surprised, Bluey? It was 9 AM. I'm usually still half asleep at that hour. So why did you even come there? if you are usually asleep. I suppose maybe all the merry-making the night before added to that as well. An infamous celebrity known to all ames, Emir makes merry like a young prince. So yeah, I was kinda overcome with drowsiness. There was nothing else I could do but go to sleep, right? When the butler returned, accompanied by the two knights, he was supposedly sleeping noisily on the victim's couch. You mean he was snoring? Apparently, he was grinding his teeth. Grinding? Shouldn't have asked. But then anyone could have tampered with the crime scene when Mr. Emir was asleep, right? Good catch, Luke. Anyway, I'd barely caught a wink of sleep when those knights arrived. And my teeth grinding has sort of a paralyzing effect on people, so I've been told. So even if someone had come in, I don't think they'd been able to do much. Right. What? Didn't set foot in the study. But then... Wait. 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 Wait a second. He said he slept on the couch? Where's that couch again? Where's the couch? Where's the couch? I don't get it. I don't see any couches in the study. Do you guys see it? Wasn't visible for her to have tampered with the evidence at the crime scene. If that's the case, I guess we'd better look at other possibilities, right, Mr. Knight? Right, I mean. Yeah, unfortunately, it all hinges on Emir's testimony. But who knows what that guy might say next. I'd better treat him with extra care. Cross-examining him is like walking through a field of landmines. He just might be more dangerous than Barnum. Let's gently press him into giving us some more information. Are you sure? I think like I can press him there right away. No? Or you want me to press on the same statement again? I'd like to present floor plans?
Objection!
Nah, that's wrong. I saved the game, right? So okay. I mean, I didn't see any couches. My guess was that the couch was moved. Or that Emir would have left some footprints. But there were no footprints on the crime scene. So I don't know. It's too complicated. Yeah, let's just continue pressing him because we didn't do that. Oh, wait. Sorry. Press.
Hold it!
Before you smashed the door, did you check that it was really locked? Of course I did. We tried to get it open without resorting to brute force, but it wouldn't budge. So I went to fetch me lovely little legs. The wooden enemy stood tall and still, yet Ymir sprang forth. It was overkill. Did you think I lied about the door being locked? Well, I had to check it. No, of course not. Boy, she's so sharp she might cut herself. Or me, most likely. So then I went inside. The alchemist was slumped in his chair. Slumped. Well, we are at it. Allow me to confirm something. When you entered the room, did the victim look the way he does in the sketch? Yeah, that's it. Spot on. Nicely drawn too. You know, at first I didn't know if he was really dead. He looked like he just passed out or something, tried tired from his research.
Hang on!
Miss Greerl, may I ask you something? Yes, what is it? What do you think about Mr. Ymir's testimony? There's nothing in Miss. However, Mr. Wright, I can tell what you are thinking. You can? Well, let's see if you're right. When he entered the room, Mr. Ymir did notice that Master Belduke was dead. On the other hand, I ran straight away to call the Knights of the Inquisition, and so you suspect that I knew beforehand that Master was dead. That's what you're thinking. Your face is like an open book. Nah, you just say this because you know why. You're the killer. But isn't that what actually happened? No, I knew something was wrong because Master had very fine manners and would never sleep in his chair. But sometimes it just happens. It happened to me only once, actually. But that was, I believe, only because I rested my head on my hands on the table in front of my PC and just fell asleep like that. When I saw him like that, I was struck with a very bad realization. I felt certain that something terrible had happened. I have heard about you. The word is that you are very collected and perceptive. It would seem to be the case. It would be more appropriate to call her calculating. Somehow I feel like you're not paying me enough attention here. Oh, sorry. That matters not, witness. Let us proceed with the cross-examination. Matters not, eh? No need to be so rude about it. I think I'm gonna press him about first thing again, just to be sure that we checked everything.
Hold it!
That apprentice of his is real good. To be able to tell at a single glance that the alchemist was done for. But there was blood, wasn't there? Like, wait. How could you not tell? How could you think he was sleeping if there was blood? Or did the blood appear later? Huh? Did I present anything in the middle of there? Probably not. Okay, continue tracing maybe. Are you sure the butler didn't enter the crime scene? Yeah, like I said, he didn't set foot in that room. I went in and sort of didn't know what to do, but the butler sussed out the situation in the blink of an eye. He told me to stand guard and then he ran out. She went to call the Knights of the Inquisition, is that correct? That's correct. I went to the nearby garrison. We have the records of when the crime was reported. They match the witness's testimony. I returned to Master Balduke's house with 2 knights. They began an investigation immediately, taking away Master's research materials and concoctions. In the end, I wasn't able to enter that room that day. There can be no doubt about it. As she is the alchemist's apprentice, she was under close observation following the incident. I wasn't aware of that. So in the end, she didn't have access to the crime scene at all on that day, huh? By the way, what were you doing at the time? Huh? What? Me?
Hold it!
What were you having a look at? Well, I was asked to take care of the crime scene, wasn't I? So I had to, like, make sure everything was in order. I mean, you know. I know what. It's not like I went wild with excitement after being left in this real alchemist's room full of mysterious stuff. I'm sure you didn't, Mr. Sticky Fingers. Besides, she asked me to look for something, so I was doing that too. I'm sorry, lady, I'm gonna continue listening to him. What's that? Can't refuse a request from a lady, am I right? Can you tell me what it is? Emir's lesser-known gentlemanly side had me surprised, if I may so confide. Grayrol asked him to look for something. What's that? Is this news to me? This is news to me. What were you asked to look for? Enlighten us, witness. When was it now? I know, I can't remember. Well, maybe if you didn't drink so much. Does it matter in the end? Whatever it was, I never found it. I remember that. You never found it, huh?
Hold it! Hang on!
Miss Grayrol, you look lost in thought. Oh, were you talking to me? Even she can be caught off guard, if I choose the right moment. You have been listening to Mr. Emir's testimony, haven't you? Yes, I have. He was asked to look for something. It was you who asked him, I assume. What did you tell him to look for? I don't remember making any request of that sort. Huh. Oi, Bluey. Were you even listening to what I said? It was a lady that asked me. The butler is a guy, you numbskull. She's surprised. Hey, what's up? Why is everyone looking at me like that? Quite a while ago, we learned that the butler, Jean Grey Earl, is actually female. What? That's why when you said a lady asked you to search for something, we assumed it was Miss Grey Earl. But yeah, he was actually referring to her as he for a while. So wouldn't it be strange he suddenly calls her lady? What? Daydreaming, listening, but not hearing. That look of shock is almost endearing. What the? Why didn't anyone tell me before? Do you require a personal notification? You should have been listening to the trial. This guy is testifying. Can you believe this? Knights of the court, squabbling with a witness is most unseemly. What I would like to know now is, who was the lady that made the request of Emir? Oh yeah, that was actually Miss... Huh?
I think, he's absolutely certainly talking about me.
Oh my god. Oh my god, more witnesses. No.
Oh, and you are?
Oh, I'm Letty. Hang on a minute. I'll get down there post haste.
No, don't do that. Fuck.
But, Miss Letty...
I'll like when there's
Who
only
are you
one witness
precisely?
at a time.
Me? Who am I? I'm Letty Mailer. I'm the courier.
Oh, shut up. You're already annoying. The courier? The courier is a person who collects and delivers letters or packages. I know that. I wish she'd stop misreading my mind. She's reading your mind, isn't that strange? Hold on, Miss Mailer. Do you mean it was you who irresponsibly made such a request to that troublemaker? Does that mean there was more people at the crime scene? Me? Maybe. Yes, I guess so. I asked him to help me find something. Find? Outrageous. Why was I not informed of this? They all forgot, I guess. I guess no one told you. Maybe because you didn't ask? It seems we will need to ask you to testify, Miss Mailer. Explain to us why you were involved in this case. Frankly, I wouldn't say I was involved in anything. Now I'm in a tight spot. I bet it's because that guy said something weird about me. Har 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 har. Ease up on me, lady, like the saying goes. If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. Bids be in the pickle all on your own, yeah? What? Now then, Miss Letty Mailer, testify about that day. That voice could make windows shatter. Okay. Sir Balduke said he'd have a letter to send, so I came by to pick it up. A letter. Do I know that letter? Oh, not options. I might know that letter. I might even have that letter. Oh, that's all? So now we know there was a third witness. But Miss Mailer only came to pick up a letter. That doesn't help us much, does it? I think it does. Somehow. Well, perhaps there's more to it than meets the eye. A letter, huh? Sorry. Yeah. I know. Oh fuck. Sorry. Didn't want to skip it. She only says one sentence. Press or present right away? Let's press first. You mean you came to pick up a letter from Sir Belduke? Yes, I was told by Sir Belduke that it'd be ready in the morning. What's more, he said it was extremely important. I felt a sense of duty surging within me.
Hang on!
Miss Grey Earl, I have a question. Did anything catch your attention? Nothing in particular, and at any rate, to begin with, I was not aware of the fact that the courier visited us that day. That's right, you weren't there when I arrived. And once I found the letter, I left. Did you know about this letter, witness? I would never pry into Master's personal matters, such as his correspondence. Well, that should conclude the testimony. I'm gonna just present that letter we have and see what it goes. Where it goes. Blank letter.
Objection!
Oh, it is. Could just present it right away. The letter you found that morning. Was it by any chance this one here? Ah! Yes! That's the one! But wait! How did you get it? You're a piece of work, alright.
Objection!
Hold it, Sir Blue Knight. How did you come by that letter? It was it just sort of fell into my lap, so to speak. It was the professor who found it, but he doesn't need to know that. Defender, just what in the world are the contents of that letter? Well, the letter's blank. What? All this fuss all over a blank letter? As you can see, there are some sheets of parchment inside the envelope. Indeed, and there is not a trace of ink on them. What is the meaning of this? Don't forget that Sir Belduke was an alchemist. He may have used some kind of invisible ink to write that letter. Oh, now you're being smart, finally. Indeed. That would make sense. About that, it doesn't make sense to me. What? The thing is, when I saw that letter, all the pages were full of writing. So, you know,
Objection!
maybe it was fresh and ink disappears after some time. Hold it, witness. You saw the contents of Sir Belduke's letter? I didn't read it. It's just that, you see? Witness, this is an important matter. You will need to testify about it. Tell us what you know about this letter. Fuck. That night, probably about 1 AM, I made a delivery to Sir Belduke. But 1 AM, that's when Jean left the study and he looked up. He was writing a letter at the time. I'll be ready. It'll be ready soon, so come pick it up tomorrow morning. That's what he said. I left his study and wished the butler a good night. Then I went home. I went there again the next morning, as promised. Sir Belduc was... well, anyway, I looked for the letter. Then that guy went out like a light on the couch. I got a little scared, so I left as soon as I found the letter. Where was it? I see. So you witnessed the victim write the letter? I wouldn't say witnessed. That sounds so legal. The sheets of parchment were on his desk, though. I saw that. And they were covered in writing, margin to margin. But you don't know what the letter was about. Telling you would be a breach of our privacy policy. I can't reveal its contents, or who it was addressed to, but I know who. Oh, of course, I understand, but he's dead already. And we're investigating his death, so I think you can tell us. Frankly, I didn't get close enough to Sir Belduc's desk. So I couldn't make out what he was writing. In any case, so where did you find the letter the morning after the victim was found dead? On the shelf, next to his desk. Which means she actually walked on the ground there. But she would leave some footprints, wouldn't she? Oh yes, right there, next to his head. Her speaking. I was a teeny little bit scared though, coming so close to a dead man. That's some love to her work. She actually went to take the letter even when he was dead. So that's where she took the letter from. It was right next to the corpse, huh? Now that the circumstances are clear, we shall proceed to the cross-examination.
Hold it!
He went out like a light. He was helping me look for the letter, and then it happened. Out of the blue, he just passed out, the rascal. He collapsed, and his eyes rolled back. He wouldn't move. It almost sounds like he died. No such luck, unfortunately. That horrible sound. He was grating his teeth. I thought my ears would explode. Yeah. Not sure what came over me. It never happened to me before, sleeping like that. You know, I didn't just fall asleep, more like sort of blacked out, I guess. No idea why. Oi, you guys, what do you think? Any ideas? I think it bears no relevance. And there you have my honest answer. And I think it's good that I wasn't there. But the question is, why did he black out like that? Do I have an evidence? Fuck. I don't know. Hint? I can't even use hints. That sucks. I've got evidence. I don't think I did. Your Honor, I might have a clue as to why this witness suddenly lost consciousness. You do? No? Really? Do you work it out, Bluey? Did ya? In that case, may the defense present some evidence? Which piece of evidence shows why this man fell unconscious? I have no idea. No. This wasn't even there. Right? It was months ago. Maybe this and that's how... No, I don't know. Ah, there's a drink there. Did he drink it? No? I have no idea! Present. No. I'm fucked. Gulp, 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 gulp. Bluey, want a sip of this? It will wake you up. Please don't take my credibility point. Fuck. I'm done for. As I thought, we'd better gather some more information before venturing a guess. I agree, and I think that's what the professor is trying to tell us too. To me, it looks like he's demanding I find the answer right this second. I'll get more info and take another shot at it. Gotta think hard about this. I don't know what to do. That courier sure is committed to her work, or maybe just plain crazy. Mr. Wright, his testimony raises more questions than it answers. It answers, doesn't it? Sir Balduc wrote that letter the night before his death, and yet now he's blank. It's blank. Fuck. That's a mystery, alright? But there's something else unusual in what she said. There is. The part about that guy going out like a light seemed strange to me as well. That witness said he felt a surge of drowsiness at the time, but still, sometimes something about that seems kind of odd, even for a guy like him. I have a feeling there's much more to Miss Mailer's testimony than meets the eye. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna spend the coin. Press. Then I went home. Press here? Well, wait a minute. When you say the butler, you mean Miss Grey Earl, of course. She was in the corridor carrying a tray.
Hang on!
Miss Grey Earl, I'd like to ask you something. Oh, certainly. What is it? You stated previously that you excused yourself and left Sir Balduc's studies shortly after 1 a.m. Yes, that is correct. However, according to Miss Mailer's testimony, the two of you came across each other while you were waiting outside that room. Why didn't you mention that until now? That's because... I apologize, I'm afraid I completely forgot to mention it. You forgot. Miss Mailer's very often comes with deliveries during the night. I did see her that night as well, but I didn't think much of it, and it's nothing unusual. I had no reason to hide that from you. Please forgive me for the confusion. Well, that kind of thing can happen. Human memory is no way perfect. I don't imagine there's a problem here, is there? On the contrary, Your Honor. There's one more thing Miss Grey Earl forgot to mention. What is it? I'd like to know that too. I'd like you to recall what Miss Mailer said about having met Miss Grey Earl that night. Miss Grey Earl, of course. She was in the corridor carrying a tray. She's not happy about that. Well, Miss Grey Earl, apparently you were carrying a tray at the time. What do you have to say about that? Jean Grey Earl, I believe you should add that to your testimony. As you wish, my lord. It's unlikely she really forgot about it. The fact she tried to hide it must mean something. Miss Maylers left just as I was bringing Master his usual drink. I'm gonna just yellow here with my hints. Press.
Hold it!
I've known that. What do you mean by usual drink? When Master's experiments continued into late hours, he would always have some juice to ward off sleepiness. What kind of juice? Tomato juice.
Hang on!
Excuse me, mister? What? Mister? Wah! I know nothing about it. Nothing. Nothing at all. Okay. Witness. What have you done this time? Don't give me that scary look, Inquisitor Barnum. It was only just a little bit. Seriously, hardly anything at all. What are you talking about? Huh? What do you think I'm talking about? The juice, the tomato juice, of course. The tomato juice? Oh, you didn't. Surely even you wouldn't. Well, like I told you before, I think I sort of overdid it a bit the previous night. When I woke up, me head was pounding, that's why I went to see the alchemist. But you know what happened? And when I was left alone in the alchemist's study, it kinda caught me eye. The bottle, I mean. The tomato juice. I thought it might make the headache go away, you know? So you drank it. The juice found at the crime scene? Well, why shouldn't I? It's a drink, ain't it? What else do you do with a drink? You drink it, right? First of all, it's not your drink, and second of all, it's a drink at the crime scene, and also standing near the dead body. And can you tell us where that bottle is now? Come to think of it, I don't remember seeing it at the crime scene. It has been confiscated. Confiscated? I think he wasn't dead at the moment when this drunky guy came, because he mentioned something that alchemist didn't look dead, and I think he wasn't dead. He was poisoned or something, or not poisoned, more like made to go to sleep, just like the drunky guy was after drinking that thing. the usual juice that Grey Earl brought to him. Am I right? And only after that, she or he killed Alchemist. The occult crime analysts confiscated all of the master's personal belongings from the crime scene. Is that so? Well, I believe we should take note of that bottle and add it to the court record. Yes, please. Brought to Belduke before his death. Emir drank some of the juice the following day and also fell asleep after it. Was knocked out. Yeah, so there I was, having a bit of juice when that girl came round. This girl. To tell you the truth, I don't quite remember what happened after that. That's when he passed out, huh? Haha. I'm gonna save. Because I have only one chance for a mistake and not really, at least like no chances. Present. No, it's probably same thing I would present before, am I right? See it all over again, just in case. Okay. Just in case. You want me to present this?
Objection!
Mister, I believe the reason you might have lost consciousness at the crime scene is tied to a certain piece of evidence. But wasn't it just because, you know, I had a bit too much fun the night before? No, it was because of this. The tomato juice. You passed out right after drinking this juice. Therefore, it's not unreasonable to assume that there's a direct connection between the two. Tomato juice does not make people fall unconscious, Sir Blue Knight. Exactly. That's why something must have been added to the contents of that bottle. Something like a soporific. You mean sleep medicine? And if a soporific was mixed in with the tomato juice, that means Sir Belduke would have been unconscious at the time he was assailed. Oh. The sketch. Have another look. The red liquid trickling down from the victim's mouth. It's tomato juice. This proves that Sir Belduke must have drank the tomato juice. I had failed to consider this. Inquisitor Bart, I mean, what? You guys didn't even see the difference between tomato juice and blood? What? Stupid. I mean, they totally different, especially when they dry out. You can barely see any of the tomato juice on the skin, while blood is pretty damn visible. Inquisitor Barnum, I bet you remember saying this to the court. Can you imagine anyone just sitting back and letting themselves be strangled? Clearly there should be evidence of a struggle, and since we haven't found any, that must mean the killer erased all traces of a fight from the crime scene. However, if the victim was unconscious when his assailant was struggling him, strangling him. Then the killer could have committed the crime through a small portal big enough to put their arms through after all.
Objection!
That may be so. But tell me this, how would the culprit have managed to obtain such a strong soporific? He was helping the alchemist himself? It was very simple, and I think you have realized why. From the alchemist. That's right, an alchemist would no doubt have a wide array of various stuff, and an apprentice would have little trouble stealing some of them from their study. Isn't that right, Miss Grey Earl? She's so pale right now. I don't think she was that pale before. Was she? How should I respond to that? I'm sorry to disappoint you. May perhaps be the best way to put it. What do you mean? Even though that juice bottle has been safely stored for the past 3 months, I'm positive it would be impossible to find any traces of that soporific now. You bitch. You wicked. This is unbelievable. Was it really the butler who did it? But everything she says holds true. She was pretending to be a boy. That's mighty suspicious to start with. Is she a witch? Hold on, everyone. The butler couldn't have done that to Sir Balduke. She would never, ever do it. Oh no, don't do that. Please, let us testify just one more time. Miss Grey Earl, let's tell them. Let's prove they are wrong. They have no idea how much you've done for Sir Balduke. Miss Mailer. Very well, I shall grant you your request. Testify about the relationship between Miss Grey Earl and Sir Balduke. Well, that's interesting, but I think we're gonna save here and call it a day. I think we'll continue next time. We'll see what they have to testify about. So yeah, make sure you come back. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and see you in the next part. Bye.